In the John Garabedian career, who's a celebrity or an artist or whatever that you don't care if you never have them on again?
God, there aren't a lot. Most of them are pretty nice.
Oh, because we have a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Kim has a
really?
couple. Tom Clancy for one, but he's not going to be able to be with us anymore.
Yeah, the comedian who became a sportscaster, Dennis.
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller. Yeah, he hung up on me on the phone.
Oh.
Because I asked him a couple tough questions, and then click.
Wow.
The other thing you find out about comedians is they're not very funny.
That's so true. We just talked to Paul Mercurio yesterday.
He
And
was at the comedy convention this weekend and
Yes.
was hysterical.
And he was
Don't
hysterical.
go see him. He's not funny. No, they're funny when they do their show, but not off the air.
He's one of the few comedians who is actually funny talking to us.
But you're right.
As well as on his show.
It is a struggle sometimes to have
Oh.
comedians on.
Well, they have jokes, they have routines, and it's stuff they memorized. I mean,
Right.
you have to be a great comedian. You have to have a good memory.
Yeah. It's true.
Another guy we talked to that was funny was Bill Burr. He was funny,
Yes.
just period.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just a funny
they're
guy.
rare, though. You're right, John. They are. Who do you want to have on Activities Impossible that you haven't had yet?
Boy, we've had almost everybody.
That's what I mean. You've had
Yeah,
it.
you
It's a
really
tough
have.
question.
In the book, I say who we haven't. In the back of the book, it says, when you're a disc jockey and you meet someone, they say, "Oh, have you ever met so and so?"
All the time.
So I put all these pictures in the back of me with all these different celebrities. Kanye West. He started acting kind of like Kanye, and I went, "Oh, come on." And he laughed. So it was like, oh, he's not really like that. It's a big.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
he just puts on the front. You know?
Yeah.
Here you are at Gaga in her meat dress. I'm looking at the book right now. Chris Brown. Oh, you know what?
Chris Brown had a snowball fight in my driveway.
He did?
Yeah, he did. It was right after the Rihanna thing got kind of settled down. And they said, don't bring it up. So I sort of brought it up.
Of course you did.
Don't bring it up.
And, he hung his head and he said a few things that he sounded like he was really sorry. But, he's got an anger management problem.
Yeah.
A little bit.
On and on and on it goes. And he's such a great singer and a great dancer.
Part of your career, which people may not know about you, is that you took on something that was just at its infancy in Boston. You started a TV station, and you started playing music videos over the air as opposed to MTV.
Right.
How did that all come about?
Well, back in before that, I had a radio station in suburban Boston, and we've been running for 4 or 5 years, and it was doing pretty well, and I was bored. So one day I happened to look in the FCC rule book, and I found there was a television channel assigned to Worcester that nobody had ever applied for. So then I found a rule that said, well, you can move it someplace else. So I moved it closer to Boston and built what became V66, which on Providence, I think, was on Cox Channel, I forget, Channel 3?
Mm-hmm.
It was on a great low channel in
Yeah,
Rhode Island.
we used to get it down here. I remember that.
Yeah, so that was it. So we built that thing up, and what was the question?
Just how did you
Music
get
videos.
Yeah, but what made you think of doing just music videos?
Okay. So we had a television station, which was like the 9th television station in Boston. And what are you going to put on it? Every movie package was sold to all the existing stations. There were no networks available. What could you put on a TV station 24 hours a day? And it was the most powerful station in Boston at the time, 3.6 million watts, covered everything. So MTV had just started in 1982. This was 1984 when we were planning this. And MTV was really blowing up socially. Everyone talked about it. So we said, well, why don't we do a local music television station? MTV only gets cable audience, which at the time was only about 30%.
Right.
Today it's everybody, but actually it's less and less today.
Yeah, no kidding.
People are dumping it, but back then 30%, and with 3.5 million watt station, you reach everybody. So we said, let's do it, and because Boston has a great culture of music and community and clubs and things, and we incorporate that into the program.
It took off, boy. I'll tell you, it was pretty popular.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. The V, I remember, he held up the V, V66.
So it even
And
had
then
a
somebody
cool
walked in and
little
wanted to
tag.
pay us $20 million, and we said, well, I think we could give it to it. It was Home Shopping Network.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a guy named Bud Paxson, who was the president, and Roy Spear, who were the chairman. And they were like two old ladies bickering. They were always like, but it was fun, and we sold it to them. And the investors all walked away with 157% of their investment in less than 2 years.
See, why don't I think of these things?
I don't know. That's
Can't
why we're
even
here.
figure out how to get my laundry done.
But you
He's
know, I
over
will-
here buying stations.
I will throw in one thing. I didn't have the money to build a TV station. How do you do it? It's the American way. If you want to do something, you have a great idea, you can find somebody who will get excited with you, who has the money, and will fund it. And that's what it was. We went down to Wall Street. We went, knocking on the doors of these investment bankers that you read terrible things about, and a lot of them are terrible people. But some of
They
them,
have the money to do
but they've
what
got the
somebody
money,
good
and
wants
if
to
you
do.
work the deal right, you get the money, and you build your thing, and you walk away smiling.
It's like Shark Tank. It really is.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So God bless America.
We'll come back and wrap up with John and wrap the week up here at 92 Pro FM. Let's take a break here. It's 8:44.